Right, good afternoon. Got my dead C64 here. I've actually picked up a replacement VIC chip because I think that's actually what's dead in this. But I was just trying to work around an oscilloscope just to make sure things are okay. I spent quite a bit of time trying to work out how to use an oscilloscope, which is great. So I was just having a quick work through some of the chips. So I was looking through things like the RAM chips, which are over here, and there's a address line, voltage line here, which on all the chips I've checked all seem to be quite steady. So as far as I can tell, they all look okay. I think there was, whoops, let's touch that one. I think somewhere around here, there's stuff going on one of the chips. So bear me a second, I need to get the diagram I was using. Oops, I've lost it. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Sorry, on the screen over here I've just got a RAM layout. So as far as I can tell, you've got things like where was it, 5. So over here I've got 8765. Oops. So from the oscilloscope here, looks like there's stuff going on the address line 5. Got address line 6. So as far as I can tell, all the RAM chips look to be okay. So all the ones I tested, like over here, they're all. Oops, where are we? Over here. They all look to be doing stuff. And so just I'm looking through a little zoomy thing here. So I was trying to wear glasses when I'm reading, but it's difficult to try and look at this while wearing glasses, so I've taken off and on. But yeah, literally looking through all the RAM chips, all quite similar. We've got the high address lines. Hang on, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on these side, you've got the high address lines. So for instance, over here, there's not much going on there. This one's got some stuff going on. Not so much that one, but when I look across the different chips, it all seems to be fairly similar. Oh, that's one's got something going on, whatever that is. What's that? That is pin 12. So if we do the equivalent over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's pin 12. So all these ones look to be 1, 2, 3, 4, quite similar. So as far as I can tell, not so much that one over there. Oh yeah, that one over there as well. I guess if we look at the ones over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think all the RAM chips look to be okay because there's fairly similar responses. Oh, let's see, that's 7708, 1884, whatever that is. I have to get up the C64 circuit diagram, but it all seems to look okay. If I look at the CPU itself, oops, up here, so just bear me, just need the diagram for the CPU, which I've got on the screen over here. Come on, scroll up, scroll down, up, down. There's a CPU. 65. Oh, nope, that's ULA's. Actually, it must be up here. So I'm looking on another screen here. What diagram I had. Okay, found diagram. Okay, so as far as I can tell, we've got our. Where's the processor gone? Got pin 0 up here, so that's the clock. So it's either 1 megahertz or 2 megahertz. So that looks to be okay. But if oh, that's an IQ, I think. So what we've got here, sure. Let's have a look at. We've got the address lines over here, so let's just have a look over here. So it looks like there's stuff going on. So I think the CPU is working okay, so it's not dead, because otherwise I would expect there to be no responses or anything over here. Not sure what that one is. We've got some other data bus lines over here, I believe. Oops. So the data bus lines, oh, that's DB7. Let's go up in the middle of the batch over here. So over here, oops. So it looks like there is stuff going on. There's some pins marked P something. I'm not sure what these are. That's high. That's low. That's low. There's a ground over here, so I'd expect that to be low anyway. Got the address line over here. So that should have some stuff on. Oh, not so much that one. Looks alright. Anyway, so I've got test harness on, so I'm not sure what much else is doing. I think because the VIC chip's dead, it's causing a whole bunch of issues in there. I had a look at the PLAs as well, and there seems to be, okay, that's high. That's a high. It's high. That's high. That's got something on, so the equivalent was well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Not that one. Yeah. So I think the PLAs are okay. So again, going back, this is the C64 that got electrocuted by the shoddy Commodore power supplies. Okay, there's stuff going on there. But as far as I can tell, the equivalent pins on the PLAs do have some stuff going on, so I'm rather hoping it's actually just the video chip that's dead. Well, we've got 6581, so we've got the SID chip over here. That's probably not going to really show much because I don't think the 64's where it's not really working. I think it's actually really showing anything. Okay, so that's doing something. If we go over here, it's high, whatever that is. Look at the pins low. So again, just checking sign of pins, it doesn't seem to be doing too much. Okay, let's just turn this off a second. So just what I'm going to do is screwdriver. So I'm going to take the cover off the VIC2. Screwdriver. So let's just lever that off. Just to have a quick check. On here as well. Let's see if we can see anything on any of the pins here. So that's showing something. Oops, what was that? That's showing something. Not actually, bear me 1 second. Let's just pause this. Back again. I've got the troubleshooting guide, which I'm not showing at the moment. Essentially, it shows pins to check. This is with the testing harness, and I've also got a pin layout over here. So it says here, check to the sync sync loom on pin 15 of IC 19. So 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should be up from the bottom here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So according, not sure what a valid one show, but according to the oscilloscope, pin 15 should have a plus volt 5 DC composite. It doesn't seem to be showing anything. Not sure if it's because of the scale. Let's find something else. A CS signal on pin 10. Where's pin 10? That's up there. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. So that's showing a voltage signal there. Plus 5 volt with a negative pulse once. Don't know what that means. Measure the read white and pin 11. Oops. Let's count it there. Where are we? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. So that should be this pin here. That is showing result 5 volts with a negative pulse 1, so it's not really showing much. Yeah, that's not showing much. So 14, so I'm at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 is showing something, but that's high up. Let's see that bit. Yeah, it's not really showing anything much. Composites on pin 4. So pin 4 should be 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be showing 2 volts. Luminance on pin 1 should be 1. It's not really showing anything much at all. Colour on pins. Oops. Sorry. It looks like I've actually gone off somewhere into a crazy place of misreading some stuff. Anyway. There's not much going on there, so I think what we'll do, everything else looks to be okay, so let's just replace the VIC chip. Why not? I've spent the money on it. Let's just see if I can get the chip out. Oops. Come on, lift. Okay, this should be our dead VIC2, which is actually, this will be warm. Let's just put this over here. I'm just going to always, just to be clear, make sure, let's just remove the power. What we should be able to do is just get our replacement VIC2. So I'll put my hands free slightly so I can line it up. Just not quite lined up at the moment. And that is there. Just have a little squeeze just to push that in very, very carefully. Okay, that looks to be in. Got it the right way round. Killing another chip. Let's just plug this in. Just going to change the video display to capture our OSSC over here. Everything should be plugged in. Hopefully this may do something if we turn it on. Well, that's slightly different. Oh, and there we go. Dead Vic 2. So let's just see what this test does. So screen RAM OK, do RAM tests. Is that doing something? Oh, maybe there's a problem with RAM as well. The VIC works, so that's one thing out the way. Maybe there is an issue with the RAM. Okay, that's not a good start there. Let me just turn that off for a second. What I want to do is just put the cover back on the VIC 2. Let's just try that again. And we just get stuck in the RAM test again. That seems to have stopped. So maybe I've got some RAM issues as well. But not surprise me, as probably lots of things have been electrocuted in this. Let me just pause this for a second. Okay, back again. I've just changed the settings on the dead test, so it's just go to the standard one. So there's a dip switch, low, 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 and it says set to XROM. So we've got low, 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 and then XROM on this little switch setting here. So let's just turn this back on and we'll see what this does on our basic test. So 0 page OK, stack page OK. Our screen RAM test. And probably will hang on the RAM test again, I would hazard a guess. Oh, okay, colour RAM test. So just let that run through. And that said ROM test. And let's just have a blank screen. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. RAM test there says okay. Oh, I think you've got sound there as well. Okay, so we're running for OK. Maybe the RAM test did actually work, so let's change the mode back again. Right, so let's just let run. Yeah, let's just let that run through just once more. Let's see what that does. I'm just going to turn on the speaker here. There might be a slight bit of feedback momentarily. So I just want to see if I can actually hear this actually. Let's turn the audio down here just in case it. Okay. Sounds like the SID chip actually still works. Shocking. Let me just pause this. Right. So we've gone back to our extended mode. So let's just. So this is the, what's it called? The C64 586022++ diagnostics. So I guess this does ULAs and things as well. So let's just see what this does. Let's just pause. Oops. Let's just pause this for a moment whilst it's going through that. Okay, that seemed to hang on a RAM test. So just going to change this to a Dr. 64 test and SID test. So according to this, on this cartridge we have high, low, low, and then set to game. So let's see what that does. Oh, we've got SID. Keyboard's not plugged in at the moment. Cassette says bad, serial says bad. Oh, this is quite a funky test. So I guess a kind of palette test. User port. Interesting. So timers. What the user port bad means. Okay, but I guess serial port and user ports and cassette. Okay, keyboard's not plugged in, but I guess that means possibly an issue. That is actually an issue with one of the PLAs. That'd be SID, but the SID chip seems to be good, which is something at least. If the PLA is not bad, that's sort of annoying. I think the right hand chip seems to be warmer than the left hand chip. So when I feel this, there's not much heat. When I feel this, there is. Oh, that's probably a high pitched sound there. Let me just cut the volume down. So I'm wondering. So have a look at the diagram. Just bear with me. Let me just pause this a second. Okay, so just change the scenes around a bit. I've got dug out the circuit diagrams. So specifically, as we are looking at the keyboard, I haven't got the keyboard tasty thing plugged on because I managed to misplace it somewhere in amongst all the other stuff I've got around here, so that's slightly annoying. Anyway, so I've just got the test running as you can see on the screen below, or even over that screen there. So I've just changed the settings around so I can actually view it. So we've got issues with the what is it? It says keyboard. Okay, maybe, but it also says cassette, serial, and user port. So let's have a look at the diagram here. So we've got the diagram up here, and we've got the CI chips. I did say that U2 here felt quite warm and U1 felt cooler, which it is. It's cooler than U2. U2 is actually quite hot in places. If we have a look at this diagram here, over here, oops, get the cursor back in the right place. I'm looking at the right screen. So the keyboard connector seems to run off U1. So the 6526 CI here, which is U1. Also, it seems that the oops, oh, it's gone. Whilst I was looking at it, let's cycle round again. So it looks like the cassette and serial. Did I mention it? What have we got? Keyboard bad, cassette, serial, and user port. So we've got control port 1, control port 2 over here. These seem to be run off U1 6526 on this side here. Also seems to be the keyboard and the control ports. The keyboard maybe because I haven't got the tester in, but if we scroll down a little bit here, you've got the user port, which is I think this is the user port here on this side. That runs off of U2. Ow, that's actually quite warm. And what else we got? So we've got user port 2 runs off there. Where else does it go? Whoops, scroll too far. I've lost the diagram. 255318. That's this one. Okay. So, it seems to go off to VA14, VA15. C80. I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of this means. Let me just pause this 1 second. Okay, let's try this slightly more better. So you have the serial bus connector here, which is 6-pin. So this looks like it comes down to here through some whatever they are. I've got some diodes there, but then that runs off of U2, which is this one here. What else we've got? So so the serial is going to be here for the disk drive. Well, most disk drive is generally people used to use them for. We've got control port 1, control port 2, keyboard, user port, the cartridge expansion. There's a power input over this side. I can't find a cassette. Oh, there's a cassette. So we've got the cassette over here. That's what we've got. So there's whatever that component is there. That seems to run into the. Oh, okay. That seems to run into the CPU. That's interesting. So I'm not sure how the cassette is bad. So if it runs into there, there's another one here. So cassette motor, cassette sense, cassette write. That seems to hang off some other ones. What else we've got here? There's another one that goes off in this direction, which also seems to be off of the serial. Comes in cassette read. Okay, so that comes into CIA1 over here. So there's a possibility that one or more of these CAIs are bad, which would be really, really annoying. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave the video here for the moment, because well, we've run on for about 30 minutes so far, and then I'm just going to see if I can actually work out a bit more about what's going on. Just going to take the dead test cartridge out, so just want to see if basic boots. Actually, let's just do that. Now let's just unplug that, because now I've got video chip. I haven't actually seen how far it goes. It shouldn't matter that the joystick ports and the other bits are plugged in, because this is a ROM cartridge. If I can actually get, that's very tight in there. Yep, I haven't managed to damage my hands. Let's just see what it does if I turn this back on again without that in. And we get a blank screen. Okay, so we have to do a bit more analysis. So the dead test cartridge shows up the display with it in, so obviously there's much more wrong with this than originally thought. So I guess there's a part 2 coming up soon. Oops, my hands are over here, so wave hands. So it looks like I've got a part 2 coming up soon. Okay, thank you for watching this far anyway, so, and then we'll carry on. I just thought I'd do one final check. So I've just unplugged everything and stuff out of the user port and stuff, so I thought I'd just give it a go and turn it on. So I haven't changed anything else at all in here, obviously apart from the VIC-2 chip, but yes, it's still got the original CIs and stuff. So I'll just give it a go, turn it on, and that works. And I was not really expecting that. That's interesting. Oops. The keyboard works. Okay. Right. That was sort of not expected. I was sort of expecting it to do, well, not work at all. Okay, let's see if something works with this. Let me just pause this for a minute. Okay, I've plugged a tape cart 64 in. Let's see if that actually does anything. Okay, so it looks like there is a problem with the CIAs still. I guess what I'm going to have to do is desolder them, stick them in sockets, and let's see if that actually does anything. So I'll assume, where's it gone? Right, so going back to this original diagram, the keyboard works. Oops, where's the mouse? So it's showing up. Ah, there's a mouse. So in the middle here, should really do a slightly different pointer. Bear me a second. Right, so just change the pointer size just so you can see it a little bit better. Right, so let's have a look. Oops, how do we stop this? Okay. So the keyboard works, which means that the keyboard is here is coming into CIA1, so this is the one in socket U1, but the tape port is, so look at this schematic, so the cassette port edge is over here. Whoops, oh, hang on. Let's move it over slightly. There we go. Oh, no, not far enough. So the tape cassette is here. So we've got right sensor motor, which seems to come into the CPU, which is what I said earlier. Then we have, where's it gone? Read. So we've got read here, which I guess is what we're after. I'm not sure about the sense. The sense didn't actually pick that up, which I thought it would have done. Actually, this seems to go into CI. Oops, hang on. Yeah, this seems okay. The tape cassette seems to go into CI1 as well. That's not what I was expecting. Okay, let me just pause this for a second. Right, plug this back in again. So I've actually got a tape deck on here. Don't know if this works because, oh, seems to be a dead insect. Okay, don't know if this works because I've not actually tried this. So play works, fast forward and rewind work. Let's just see, because the tape sense, I'd assume that cassette sense over here might actually pick this up if I just do shift front and press play. Okay, that does go blue, which is what I was expecting. So that looks to be okay. Let me just stop this for a second. Let me just plug the tape carts back in again. Oops. Okay, so set to read, so hopefully, okay, for whatever reason it didn't pick up that properly. Okay, let's just see if we pick up anything. Let me just switch this back to okay, I did have a bunch of audio here, but the profile I was using when I switched this didn't actually have the sound. So what I've actually done here is I've was testing the loading of the cartridge for the tape cart, and it wasn't actually working, so I cycled around a couple of times and it didn't go beyond anything like this black screen you're seeing at the moment. I tested this with the other Commodore 64 I have, and it did actually work okay. So I think I still need to further identify exactly what's wrong at this point. It's just rather annoying that I didn't actually get here. Oh, sorry, did get to that point here. It just went ran around and then didn't. So what I've actually opted to do at this point, nearly at the end of the section where I had the original voice recording blanked out, but what I decided to do at this point is to put the test harness back on again, just to see what that actually done, see if I can further work out if there's anything going on. But anyway, here we are going back to the original video here. Okay, let's just change our view back here. So kernel timers interrupt. The keyboard we know works, just because I haven't got the keyboard test bit. It still says the cassette's bad and serial's bad. So chip's okay, so the user port's bad, which is interesting. Yeah, that is a little bit odd, but it still says the cassette and serial. So the cassette node picked up something. But the fact that the serial didn't pick that up. Okay, let's have a look. So there's another test we can use on here. So we had the original basic dead test, which should be low, low, low. So low, should be low, and that should be on XROM. Let's try that once more, because obviously there seems to be something very flaky going on. This is our basic test. We'll see what this does. So screen RAMs, stack page, 0 page, that's okay. To run through. Color RAM, yeah. So I assume that's okay. We fade out. Doing a RAM test here. Blah, blah, blah. So this says RAM's okay. Probably hear the sound test going in the background. I've got speakers off, so I don't hear anything. And then we're back. So according to that, that looks to be okay. Let's have a look at Jupiter Lander ROM bypass test. So that should be low, low, high. So we've got low, low, high. That should still be set to XROM. It should be the end one. So let's just see what that does, if anything. We have Jupiter Lander. And it really is, okay, so it is Jupiter Lander. I did not realise this was on here, so does this actually do something? I miss. I should have read the instructions a bit better. Whoops. Accelerate the wrong way. No. Okay. Whoops. Too fast, too fast. I thought I used all my... That's not great, is it? Let's try that one again. Let's have a look at the instructions. Blah 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 blah. Use a keyboard or joystick. Oh, F1. Ah, okay. Sneaky, I should have read that. I just thought it was F1 to start. So some of the RAM must be okay. Oops. Yeah, not very good at this. That wasn't too bad to land that. So we do work. Let's go over here. Oh, no. Shit. Okay, never mind. Alright, enough of that. Right, so that's Jupiter Lander. So Jupiter Lander works. We won't do the C128 test. I'm going to do the 1541 diagnostics, however that works. We've got 64 keyboard tester. Well, that's not going to work because I haven't got the keyboard testy thing in. The Doctor 64 test was the one we had. Got another test here. This is one which was actually hanging on me earlier, so let's just give that one a go. So that was high, high, low, and that should be on. Come on. Game. So let's see what this one does this time. And this is the one that does freezing when I tried it earlier on the RAM test here. It just sat there. So let's just give it a minute. I'm just going to pause this whilst we'll give it a chance to do whatever it's doing. Right, it's a little while later. That seems to have hung, so I think there might be something wrong with some of the chips. Let's just turn it off a sec. There is one other diagnostic. So we've got, let's see what we've got. High, low, low. Oopsie. So, yeah, high, low, low. I think this is one of the other tests I've done. Yeah, that was the one I was doing earlier. This is one. So this one shows the RAM being okay, which is really bizarre. So let's just give this a moment. So yeah, so this seems to show some things are okay. Okay, let's just see what that CBM. Are we on? I think we've done the high, low already. I think that's the one I just done a moment ago. Let's just check that. Yeah, so that's the one we've done earlier. It just hung on the RAM test. So maybe there was something wrong with the RAM. Okay, won't bother with that. Let's just last one. High, high, high. I think this was the burn-in test. And okay, that looks to do nothing whatsoever. Okay, let me just turn this off. Let's just pull. Right, just saw somewhere on a Lemon 64 page there is a bit to test the memory, which is basically do a poke 43.1, poke 44.128, poke 32768.0, then do a new. I guess it's moved some memory pages around, or move. Okay, it says it moves the start of basic to $8001, and then there's a little bit of basic here which pokes a value, checks if the memory is that value, pokes another value, see if it's that value. So I guess if it's checking whether it's 0 or I guess binary or ones, and then if it is equal, if it's always equal, then it's okay. And if you get an error, then, well, obviously it's not okay. So we just let this run. I'm just going to mute this. Okay, so we ran through that little test. That seems to be okay, which is really bizarre. Okay, this is going to want further investigation. So this is going to be a whole bunch of entertainment. seeing if I can actually find something that loads or works or does anything. So this 64 doesn't seem to. The tape cart works in another 64. Obviously, it doesn't seem to want to work in this one. So just stop this for the moment.